I don't think there's even a Wikipedia for Fear Street. I think it's so unknown. It's such a lesser known. No, never mind. There's a whole ass R.L. Stine library.
Say, I can't. In this day and age, in where Knuckles has more words on his Wikipedia page than Jesus Christ, I can't imagine there not being a Fear Street wiki.
Knuckles literally bigger than Jesus in one sense.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, listen. At some point, maybe the Christian Bible Belt got in there. They started editing their Wikipedia page up, but that used to be a thing. That used to be a real fact.
Do you think John Lennon or Knuckles is more famous?
Oh fuck!
I think Knuckles.
I think more people could point out Knuckles.
Yeah,
I think in this day and age, Knuckles.
I think Knuckles spans more generations.
One of them has been played by Idris Elba.
Yeah, that's fair.
The other one hasn't.
I think they should recast John Lennon as Idris Elba.
I find him more interesting. Can you imagine Idris Elba doing that famous naked pose where he's like spooning Yoko?
Can you imagine Knuckles doing that famous naked pose where he's spooning Yoko?
Well, I've seen art like that at least.
Yeah, he does do that somewhere on the internet. We can find it.
Yeah.
Knuckles is in every sexual position that has ever been invented or will be invented.
To my point about the Fear Street lacking a Wikipedia, I was looking stuff up, and the movies that we loved are more popular, are far more popular than the book series. So when you look for stuff, you often find movie stuff. In fact, I am on The New Girl, the book.
Not the TV show.
Not
wiki.
the TV show.
Yeah.
Now that could have been an easy mistake to make, but I didn't. And Dina Johnson's, I think, Pokemon card is on the side of the thing. Here, I'll send you.
What are you
link.
talking about?
You need to see this.
What was that fucking sentence, Paul?
I look at this thing, and if it doesn't show up, does it say Final Girl feature on the right? Check out Dina.
Oh, Dina. I was like, who the fuck is Dina Johnson? Okay.
She's the main character of the movies that we all loved.
It was part of Fandom's Final Girls trading cards set.
This is not a Pokemon card, unless Pokemon cards have changed.
It has the same color scheme.
Yeah, but like, how much energy do you have to spend to attack, Paul?
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Trading cards are getting a little fucking weird lately.
How so?
Yeah?
Well, Lorcana just dropped.
Okay.
Which is Disney's magic killer.
Oh, yeah.
It's not.
How do we spell that? What?
Lorcana, Lorcana.
Wow.
Lorcana, like lore and arcana.
Wow, okay, yeah.
Is it alright if I talk about Lorcana?
I'm super interested in it because I always want to see magic get killed.
We need a theme song, because this is going to be a regular thing. Lorcana's going to sweep the gaming world.
This is gonna be like, this is gonna change the world like Ouya changed the world. Lorcana's gonna be here forever. It's not a cash grab. It's just, so Lorcana is basically Magic the Gathering, except health goes up instead of down.
They're Smash Brosing.
Because Disney's all about healing.
Yeah.
Disney's all about healing and love.
Mm-hmm.
Your character's quest, and also cards are also lands. Like
I don't like that.
Your cards are mana. I also don't like that, Paul.
You know what's funny? It seems like they're every other game that's tried to kill Magic that's come for the king has removed lands, right?
Yeah,
they always remove lands.
Yeah, so that's the thing everyone tries to fix about Magic is the fact that you can get screwed.
Yeah.
Like you can get too much mana or too little mana, and that's actually the thing that makes Magic good.
Yeah.
Like the fact that somebody can get fucked over, like a player's been playing for like me for like 20 years or longer, can get screwed over by just luck, and a newcomer can win. That makes people want to play the game.
That's fun.
It is fun. Like the fact, and winning all the time. If you're like, well, then it's not a very skill based game. Exactly. Like, watch what'll happen to Lorcana. Like, things will get too consistent.
You want to know what else isn't skill based?
What else isn't skill based?
Life isn't skill based.
Are you saying we live in some sort of unfair universe, Paul?
We live in an unmeritocracy, a luckatocracy.
I mean, I don't disagree with anything you're saying, Paul. Kevin, I need more Lorcana tips and tricks to master my card. Master my hot Lorcana deck. I want an Olaf deck. Can I combo my Olaf deck with my live action Lilo and Stitch deck?
Jeez. I don't know. I know there are songs. I know like they're like one of the card types is songs, and you can tap a creature to, or sorry, exert a creature to sing it.
Wait, sorry, exert?
Exert.
Like, what is that? Like,
Which is a Magic the Gathering mechanic that involves tapping, but they call tapping exerting. They call attacking questing. So
it sounds like a workshop a little bit, like a sweatshop. Like, you know, who people had to make the Lorcana card. They were exerted.
Yeah. I don't know if tap is copyrighted. It seems like it would be hard, but they basically like grab the tap symbol. I get it. It's hard to design a card game in a corporate atmosphere. They were probably like, make it like Magic the Gathering, but not too much.
Right.
Sure.
Make it Magic, but not suable.
Yeah. And a lofty and admirable goal. The other thing is, so there are 6 inks. Inks are the colors.
Oh, what a jab! They threw the 6th color in there.
Every deck is 2 colors. Has to be 2 colors.
Okay.
So
What?
you pick 2,
Okay.
and that's what decks are limited by. It's not like you can splash a 3rd color if you know. No, it's there's no colored mana or ink or whatever.
Okay.
There's just 2 colors of ink.
Got it.
And that seems simpler for, again, they're aiming at a younger audience, I get, but kids gotta learn math, all right? And if you're learning math through Lorcana, that's good.
If you're aiming at kids, don't make them have to be multicolor. I feel like those are harder decks to balance, right?
I think that makes sense, but I think you're underestimating kids.
Well, we're on a podcast about a thing that underestimates kids, so...
Well, if that thing is R.L. Stine, he super underestimates kids. I don't know, the 2-color restriction as a Magic player kind of makes me recoil. But this isn't for me. This is for people who don't want to play Magic, but do want to play some sort of Disney card game. So I'm trying to look at it with like... I'm trying to look at this as like a market vacuum thing. I'm not even trying to look at this as like... with like open eyes. I'm like, okay... What does corporate Disney see as the problem with Magic?
Yeah. Well, you know, if I'm in the car on our weekly road trip to the Magic Kingdom, because we go every week. We're a Disney family, which is a thing out here in LA.
Of course.
Yeah. A D-fam, if you will.
A D-fam, and I've already played Epic Mickey. I played it 10 times over and over again on the PS2 in the back of our car.
Yeah.
I've done that one that's like a Stardew Valley thing that came out that apparently is pretty good. I played them all. I need another Disney game because my parents only let me play Disney things.
And Laszlo is driving. In this scenario, Laszlo is the one driving the car.
Can you imagine? He can't see more than 2 feet in front of him. We're going to crash.
He's going very slow because he has to run down to the gas to push the car forward a little bit, then he has to run back up to the wheel to steer.
Chad is swaying back and forth in the back of the car, playing a Wii game, which is throwing his entire rhythm off because the character keeps jumping and running.
People are honking at Laszlo. He's really doing his best, but...
You know what would work a lot better in this situation? A card game with a large surface area needed to play.
Yeah. You know what really brings the fun of getting car sick?
Reading.
Losing them underneath the car.
Oh, yeah.
Your seats, and then you're like, well, Dad, we got to stop by Target and get another pack.
Getting caught in those weird little holes that are filled with like oily metal for some reason that's exposed.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's only old cars. Maybe they got rid of the oily metal exposure.
You gotta grease these things? Yeah. Uh-huh.
They'll bring those back for the millennial market. You know, we'll be like, where's our greasy holes? We miss our greasy metallic holes from childhood.
That's one of my favorite Disney Mickey villains is the greasy hole.
The greasy hole.
That was a Fantasia thing, I think.
Yeah. That was an old level version. He's kind of like he's like a big demon, but he just lays on the ground. He's like, "Don't you step on me."
Yeah.
Don't you step on me.
I think just looking at for instance Mickey Mouse's card, Wayward Sorcerer Mickey Mouse. They're
Wayward Sorcerer.
That's what it says. The Mickey Mouse character is already proving that Tribal has become extremely granular because he has a pay 1 ink key less to play broom characters. So there are multiple broom characters in this game, apparently.
I don't think I've seen a single.
Are there broom tokens? Maybe
perhaps there, but he can play them.
He can do it.
Yeah, he can play them. You can't stop him.
Oh, by the way, the colors are just they're the Magic the Gathering colors plus steel, which is just
hold on.
colorless, I guess.
There's yellow, amber, yellow, emerald green.
White.
The color of your energy is amber.
amber. I would have said steel was white, Kevin. That's interesting.
No, steel is big slow creatures, so it's colorless.
So you're saying you've already looked at the color wheel and you've proven them out. Is amethyst black?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sapphire's blue.
Amethyst is purple, which I thought was, in my mind, instantly was like, oh, well, that's going to be the sixth color that isn't in Magic.
I don't know. I feel like I've been fucking tricked into giving the whole pitch for Lorcana and what it is and how to acquire it, even though I don't like or endorse Disney or their card game. I do think they've made some interesting changes to the formula, but not enough to justify anyone. Like, you just learn Magic. Like, Magic.
I've been wronged by... I bought real hard on Disney Infinity when it came out. Like, I don't know why. It just seemed like the right thing to me. And I don't know. The ads, I was like, yeah, it's going to be like Minecraft, but I can play as Mr. Incredible and build anything. I'm like, oh, it's actually like gated behind a ton of stuff, and keeping track of all these plastic toys is very
You're saying that was your NFTs, is what you're telling me.
What?
A little bit.
You bought in early on. You thought you could get on the ground level of these things, is what you're telling
Chad,
me.
I don't even remember Disney Infinity. What year was that?
Are you fucking kidding? You don't remember Disney Infinity?
I don't.
I had to go to like promotional things for them and like Maker and everything.
Oh, Chad, I must have missed that when I worked at Maker.
Damn. I just mean like I saw the scope, the shadow of Disney Infinity over the market. I saw how big it was.
Disney Infinity was the mountain demon from the Disney movie.
Chernabog. He's Chernabog from Night on Bald Mountain or whatever.
Chernabog, that's it.
Is it really called Night on Bald Mountain?
That's the song that plays underneath it, I think.
I just was looking forward to Lorcana Corner, and I was looking for Hot. Look, that game looks... We don't endorse it. We're not endorsed by Lorcana.
No, we've already given them their their one free endorsement. Now we will be petty and make fun of it for the.
I play Marvel Snap and I hate it. Join Marvel Snap.
We already gave them their minute too.
It's true, and I can't be like, just play Magic the Gathering, because they keep calling the fucking Pinkertons on people. So I repeat my initial point. What the fuck is going on with card games lately?
I think a lot of businesses have realized that we all have addictive personalities, and if we could, if they can get in on this market of like blind boxes and buying things you don't need, and gambling. I just saw there's like, this is related. It was it was Transformers or some other big brand where you could like get special Nikes, like Nike. It was X-Men themed shoes, right? Mm-hmm. There was like 12 different sets. I was like, oh, that's cool. I like sneakers. I don't have money to really get into sneakers, but like I like sneakers, and they're all different X-Men colors. And the sneakers are in fucking blind boxes, guys.
What?
They are like you don't know which one you're getting when you're buying them.
That's absurd. That is absurd.
It is just the fucking sneaker. You might be like, Cyclops again, god damn it. Which is what, Gene says every time.
Fucking gotcha kicks.
Yeah, it's insane.
I don't. Yeah, we're reaching the end here, guys.
I don't think capitalism's okay. I think it's going bad.
We're throwing gambling into everything. And look, I was going to make the joke about how Magic is just gambling and that's fun, but that's different than this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different than the one, we didn't talk about it, the one ring card that Post Malone bought, right? Like that's super gambling. Right?
Which Post Malone? Well, no, that's like dumber gambling because the dude only got $2.5 million for it. So, like,
you think he undersold it? Think he could hold on to it for longer?
Well, no, compared to like a lottery ticket, like he can get. Like the odds, I guess, are worse probably, but it's still like $2.5 million is not like. It is a life-changing amount of money. I would not kick it out of bed, I guess. Maybe I would kick it out of bed.
I wonder if Kevin would be like, I think I should keep it. Why don't I?
Why shouldn't Kevin keep it?
Why shouldn't I keep it?
It's easy to say I would throw the ring in a volcano now that I do not have the ring, but I would throw the ring in a volcano. And I think Post Malone should throw the ring in a volcano.
That'd be a pretty badass move.
Yeah. I would gain respect for him if he went and threw that in a volcano.
He'd also know it. Like, he could do that and film it, and we wouldn't fucking know if it's the real one or not. Like, he could just print out a
He's
copy.
gonna
Go
proxy.
to Kinko's.
He's gonna proxy it and throw it.
Yeah, just go to Kinko's, print it out, cover all your tattoos so no one knows your Post Malone.
That is how you
throw it
would
in a
act
volcano.
if you had the One Ring. So you're right. That's probably more accurate.
It needs to be the real one. It needs to be the real one. But he won't. He can't do it. He's got too much power. So he's been seduced by the dark forces of the One
Yeah.
Ring.
Wow.
All right, we should talk about the thing. Hi, welcome to Goosebuds. My name's Kevin.
I'm Paul.
I'm Chad.
And today we read the R.L. Stine book in the series of Fear Street. We read New Girl.
Who's that girl? It's Jess. Sorry. Sorry. So sorry. That's the only New Girl joke I put in there.
I'm undateable, so I haven't seen New Girl.
Oh, I thought you were singing. I thought you were singing "Who's That Girl" by Pink.
No, I was singing the
No.
theme to New Girl.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I think
yeah.
that's Eve actually that did "Who's That Girl." It is Eve.
Yeah, who's that girl? We don't want to get copyright straight. And this is, who's that girl? It's Jess.
It's Jess. See, I know that part. It's
Like,
like,
she has a roommate that's definitely would have voted for Trump if the show had kept going on in the Trump era.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. New Girl.
is that what New Girl's about?
Well, there's just like a conservative. He's like a funny conservative roommate. And as the years go on, you're like, oh, I don't know about Schmidt. Oh, I don't know Schmidt. I don't know. Then Winston becomes a cop. I don't know. It's becoming a thing. Anyway,
I
Right.
hear New Girl is good. I just haven't seen it.
it's a fun show.
So apparently, people say that The New Girl is one of R.L. Stine's earliest novels. But if you go to the R.L. Stine wiki,
Whoa.
apparently he wrote his first teen novel was Blind Date, and then apparently there were 1, 2, 3, possibly 4, 5 more after that. So I don't know how you can call this one of his first novels, considering there are seemingly 5 other novels after it. But I'll believe it. This is one of his first novels.
This was published in the year of my birth.
Oh, nice. Nice and cool.
Nice.
I was alive to see this published. I was a month old.
Did you feel it, you think?
I think so. I felt something stir in the fabric of the literature universe.
You were the new boy of the world.
I was new boy. I had a lot of fun reading this.
It took longer than a Goosebumps book. And it was, I think, worth it because the writing was better. It just goes on reading this book.
Yeah,
Proves to me a hypothesis I've had, and that is that R.L. Stine does not respect a child's intelligence enough.
No, Paul, I had the exact same feelings. I was like, you motherfucker, you could have done this the whole time.
You can write. You know how to write.
You can at least hire ghostwriters who know how to write.
But then encourage them to write poorly. Like, he's like, okay, so part of the genre of a Goosebumps book is it sucks. Like, you gotta make it bad. It's like this shows that like he can do like character relationships that matter. Like it still reeks of RL.
Character traits that matter.
Character traits that end up mattering? Holy shit, even if it's something stupid.
Now, I was going to say, it does feel like almost like he was like, I want this guy to do extremely cool karate moves, but I need to find a way to make that believable. And he does. He kind of does.
Yeah. Corey, I wrote down Corey is a dexterity jock, not a strength jock.
Yes, he's a dexterity jock, and he might even be an int jock to a certain, maybe not int, but maybe whiz jock, whiz dex.
No, he is not a whiz jock. Are you seeing all of those like insight checks he's
That's
leaving
true.
on the table?
No, you're right. He's probably an int. He's an int jock and he's definitely low whiz. You're right, because he's and low constitution. He's constantly going back and forth on his decision making.
It's true. Yeah, he needs a firmer constitution.
Mm-hmm. But mental constitution here, as
yeah. He put it all into Dex and Cha.
Yeah, can we talk about his initial introduction, which is supposed to be like a klutz moment, is him doing something, I think, physically impossible.
Mm-hmm.
That is, in the cafeteria, he's got his spaghetti.
Yep.
Yeah. And...
Okay, Chad, can you please fully explain the exact mechanics of how this situation unfolds? Because I think something crazy happens here, and I want to see if you picked up on it.
We're talking about the same thing,
yeah,
right?
Our very first moment with Corey.
His manifestation of his powers.
Yes.
I have powers.
His display of power, yes.
how I remember this, and I don't even remember what caused it, was
Nothing. It starts like this.
Yeah, he just decided to do a trick.
Well,
and
he was in a dare-off.
Oh, that's right.
I remember it. He's doing a handstand over some spaghetti.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, but it's not just a handstand. He says
one-handed.
He flips forward onto his head and hand.
Yeah.
Which means that he head-butted the ground.
Yes. Well,
right?
I think it's implied that he flips himself over, lands on his hand, and lowers himself to his head. But did you guys pay attention to what was going on with the tray of spaghetti? It is told that he holds the tray of spaghetti while flipping and landing on his head and not rotating the tray, which I can't even, the mechanics of how the body works in that situation.
Walk me through that again. What do you mean he doesn't rotate
He is holding tray in one hand, right?
He's vertical. He's normal alignment.
Normal orientation, and he's holding the tray in his right hand, let's say. He flips himself while still holding the tray.
Yeah.
And maintains the upright right hand. So while rotating the rest of his body, he holds the tray upright so that when he gets onto his hand and head, it is still being held. I'm trying to talk about this and like moving my body while I'm talking about it. So if I go off mic, I apologize. And he is holding it still upright. He does body magic.
I agree, my brethren, that this may have benefited from a diagram, but like, is this not within the realm of the breakdancer? Like, could this not?
Have you seen Electric Boogaloo? Everyone ever do this with a spaghetti?
Is there a spaghetti singing in Electric Boogaloo?
No, just like what he's describing is impossible.
No, I don't know.
It defies the laws of physics.
I've been to Cirque du Soleil and I've seen the impossible, Chad. And I think he could pull it off.
I think he could do it.
He could potentially do some sort of handoff.
Maybe he threw it up in the air a little bit and then flipped and then caught it while flipping.
He ollied the spaghetti.
Oh, he ollied it. You did say that, Chad. You're right.
I don't know if you guys remember, but the high school spaghetti is a wily foe.
Oh,
It's solid in its construction.
Okay.
It does not yield easy to fork or to jiggling.
Okay.
So
that's fair.
It's possible that it just was sort of like a half, like, way too Dante, like, congealed lump of spaghetti. Way too Dante.
He had to have. This isn't impossible. And again, not to nitpick, he describes landing on his head and hand at the same time, and that's impossible. That is impossible. Or he's like Hammerhead from Spider-Man. Not
if you have the supreme stomach muscles of Corey.
It's true, I guess.
Corey Brooks. I forgot his last name for a second.
I just think, like, Peter Parker, speaking of Spider-Man, if Peter Parker did this in his high school, like, Flash Thompson tripped him, and he's going to spill all his spaghetti, and he, like, flipped over and caught them, this would be one of those moments where not everyone would go like, wow, Peter, that's really impressive. You should join the softball team. They would be like, that's fucking Spider-Man right there. Like, that would have blown his entire cover.
But he fucks up, so everyone laughs at his stupid ass.
Yeah, but we don't know that Corey Brooks isn't Spider-Man. So maybe he did screw up on purpose to hide that fact.
Also, we kind of glossed over the fact that the book spoils the whole plot of the book.
Yeah, right off the top.
Intro chapter. We went straight to spaghetti.
What you mean?
We get a whole chapter about Anna's sister killing her.
It isn't a full reveal. It is a bit of a reveal, but it isn't a full reveal in that I don't believe who. I don't think you can figure out exactly who was talking in this scene.
I think I could, because I have a degree in English, and I can sense an author's intent, and I have that supernatural power. But I understand if that might be difficult for other people.
It's difficult for me.
I see.
I'm character blind.
Well, it ruined the whole book for me.
Damn. I did like that there was a lot of telltale Steinisms going on throughout this entire thing. What I did love, and I wrote this down, was this first page contains the telltale RL repetition. He almost has like a lyrical repetition, and I have found it to be, as we've talked about in other Goosebumps books, I felt like it was padding. But in this case, I feel like maybe he's going for a bit of a lyricism, a chorus so to speak, where he says, look at her down there, all crumpled, her dress all crumpled. And then we have a refrain of that phrase later on of, look at you down there, all crumpled, so perfectly crumpled.
Weirdly, my perfect English major powers did not recognize the refrain.
The refrain was there, and I picked up on it as a stylish flourish, if you will, in this case. But in Goosebumps books, it's all there for padding.
I did like the mania going on in the repetition of like crumpled. Like that kind of showed that she was coming unhinged a little bit. Can I just say it's so much fun that like this book isn't gonna blow anyone's mind or anything, but like the fact that it is like a book that we can engage with on like a literary level is really exciting to me.
I actually fell for the twist in this book because I wasn't used to this level of literature. Like I was like, she's a ghost. Like, okay. Like, it was just that kind of, she's either a ghost or she's an alien from Mars. Like, that was kind of the two ways it would work.
Dare we say it, there are a couple of well-executed misdirects in this. There are a couple of them. And they work.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were talking about Steinisms earlier. Like David and Arnie, Corey's two best friends, are total like R.L. Stein, like additional best friend, like orbital characters or whatever. Like,
yeah,
they really have no traits. Like David is Corey's best friend, who is occasionally concerned for Corey, and Arnie is, I think, just a redhead. Like he's just
Arnie's Arnold. He is a strength jock.
Yeah, he's a strock.
He's a strock. But I do like that David is kind of a soft jock, and he actually cares about his bro dude's mental health throughout this book, which is nice.
He checks in as best a teenager in the late 80s can, like check in and be like, you know, kind of sensitive.
He does a good job with it. It's kind of nice. I think there were good characters, and here's what I'll say too. They are kind of like your jokers in a normal Goosebumps book, but I think that he doesn't try too hard with his jokes. He has a couple of jokes in here where they feel like jovial Bob Stein's popping you a couple.
But he's also shitting on his own jokes, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, there's a bad joke at one point where someone in the crowd, and then the other kids boo her. I'm like, yes,
yeah, and then
yes!
And then he has like for instance, he does the flip and he lands on his head, and someone says, yeah, do it. Another team, or they said, now do it with no hands. And then someone says, do it with no head. Another joker yelled. Everyone laughed. And like, not the funniest line, but like pretty good. Not bad. It's not trying.
Believable.
A believable joke. He could do this. Stein, you can do this.
He can do it. You just have to, like, he just has to care. Like, he just has to give a shit. And I think he did.
I think he did. I think what happened here. Okay, I was thinking about this the whole time as I was reading the good book with the good writing, and I said to myself, I was like, you know, it makes me respect him a lot more because I'm like, okay, you can do this, but also then it made me kind of lose a little respect because then I realized that he recognized a opportunity and was like, man, fuck writing. I'm just gonna pump this shit out and make a bunch of money, and that's ultimately what he did. So he had it in him, but he sold himself out a little bit.
I mean, this could also be seen as a sellout. It's not like high writing or anything like that. It's genre writing for sure. Like he's looking for a niche.
It's at least interesting already.
Yeah, I would say it's a competently told teen fiction, teen horror story.
I did see a review of that on the back of the book. I said it's a competently told teen horror, Paul Ritchie. Corey does his like handstand, and what throws him off and throws him into a spaghetti is he sees a sexy girl in a frumpy dress walk by. He's like, "Oh man, she's grandma core. I love that shit." And then he falls over. Then he's covered in spaghetti, and we meet Lisa, who, despite one major problem I have with Lisa's like the best character in the book.
What's your problem with Lisa?
She hates cats.
Yeah, we'll get that. We'll get that.
There's some cat violence.
There are beginning of the cat slander in this one. It's a sad moment for this book. So to recap, we start off with a prelude that's a one-page prelude of a person talking about someone who has been pushed downstairs and the dead body at the bottom of the stairs. And they begin by talking about the body and then talking to the body. And then we are told that Anna is dead. And then we meet Corey, who's doing his flip routine and showing off. And he sees the ghostly blonde girl as he's upside down, and he falls because he's so enraptured by her. And gets himself covered in spaghetti.
She's like Galadriel.
She looks at him and speaks to him, and his mind speaks to him and tells him to fall, and then to see her, to find her later. She does mind speak to him after he meets up with Lisa too. He's covered in spaghetti. He's got to go to class, and he borrows a shirt, which is this is a great moment because it's an early Gap. I don't know when Gap started actually, but I assume this is an early Gap moment. And the unisex quality of Gap clothing is referenced.
Yeah, and Lisa says to Corey that he smells like a pizza, which I thought was really funny.
It's great. There's good lines. There's good, like, it's not trying too hard to be overly clever. It's just being. It kind of sounds like kids talking. Yeah,
they also say Lisa looks like Cher, so that's also pretty fucking incredible.
That was sick.
I just pictured teenage Shadowheart for this whole thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
she's just like a cool and fun, like the goth jock romance is an enduring fictional staple,
and to tie it even further, I think typically they are neighbors and they grew up together, and that's
childhood friends.
It's classic. And one grew up to be a dorky goth, and one grew up to be a jock. And it's like,
really is my Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough.
Yeah, it's a classic trope.
This fucking anime as hell, dude.
Yeah.
I love that it's very basic, but like I felt for Lisa. Like
me too.
She is really trying. And our boy is not picking up on any of the signals.
No,
that's also kind of fun that it's from Corey's perspective, and we see him miss all of these signals. It's kind of done in, I think, like a little bit of a sensitive way, where like we're just like, come on, Corey, you fucking dingus, like you stupid man, and like it's. The way they portray, the way RL portrays like how much he misses signals is kind of endearing, I think.
It is,
like,
yeah.
It's a sympathetic kind of view of someone who's maybe not so good on social cues.
And he's good at high school gymnastics, which is weird that it exists as a sport, I'll be honest.
His profession is flip.
What do you mean? Like,
did your high school have like a rings guy and like a balance beam?
Well, that was like big in the 80s, right? Like gymnasts were
was that more of just the thing? It was a craze.
The Russians loved doing it, and we had to beat them at it.
Yeah,
that's what it was. See, I was like, this is either like a super rich school or this is impossible.
Well, this is shady side. This is a disadvantaged school.
Yeah, you're right. So that didn't make any sense.
Well, no, like you just need like rings and like you don't need a fucking field to do gymnastics. It's not like
what that's a rich boy sport.
No, you need a Chad, cite your sources on that. Like you need less equipment.
Source real life. Do you ever go to a poor school and there's like, hey, we can't afford school lunches, but we got a balance beam that'll blow your mind.
There are no extracurriculars at a poor school.
Yeah, I went to a poor Catholic school, and I'll say that we did not. The best equipment we had was pieces of wood with wheels attached to the bottom of them, and we played floor hockey with them.
Oh my God,
it was sad. It was sad times.
I went to a poor school where our football field was just a big thing of dirt, and we all had black mouths at the end of the day because we were just eating dirt all day.
I went to a kind of rich public school, and I don't think we had a gymnastics team. We might have. We had a cheerleading team.
It's just not a common thing, is all I'm saying.
I think cheerleading kind of ate gymnastics.
I think you're right.
In the late 90s, early 2000s.
A lot of the same type of, because you do a lot of the same types of like gymnast movements, right? And practicing with that. And then it probably just folded a couple, it's probably not as popular as football. So the dudes that were involved in it just went right into join the cheer team, right?
Plus in gymnastics, you don't have to launch, if you're not doing gymnastics, you don't have to launch your body into the air where you might die unless you're mustached coach catches you as you fall.
So Lisa hits on him hard.
Yep.
Totally flares out and nothing works. And she gives up on him. The nice thing is she does poke a lot of fun at Corey, and Corey takes it well. He's not too high to, he accepts his foibles. And she leaves him with the shirt. She helps him wash off a little bit, and then she runs off to class. And then he sees her. He sees Anna. And now, to your guys' point about him missing the extremely obvious hit-ons by Lisa, I think there's also something. So implied by the cover of this book, The New Girl, she is Anna is shown standing in a misty street on Fear Street. And it is kind of implied that she might be a ghost, right? I think it's pretty heavily implied by the back of the book, by the beginning of the book. That
her feet are floating off the ground when we first.
Yeah. There's a lot of implications that she might be a ghost. And I think what works really well here is that to your points of him being like, it's like an endearing part of Corey's personality, but I also think it kind of he's bewitched by her, right? He's a little like his little mind took. And
nothing actually overtly supernatural happens in this book.
No.
But I kept expecting something to, but it's just hormones. Like the magic is just...
It's just hormones, right.
He has a dream where like Corey, and we learn Ghost Girl's name is Anna later. Corey has a dream where they do kisses to each other, and he's like thinking about all those dream kisses.
What a wholesome dream. Just kissing.
The numb kisses dream.
Yeah. The ghostly numb kisses. Which we
honestly a lot. Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of romance dialogue options with Karlach in Baldur's Gate 3 is, I'd kiss you so hard and so long.
Anna kisses like Karlach for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we learned she kissed like hard, like hurting hard.
Yeah, she's a fire machine for sure with her kisses.
I gotta say, like, I never thought I'd say this, but RL, pretty steamy. Steamy stuff.
Yeah!
I felt something during that first. I was like, wow. He made me feel things for this book. And I just want to say, like, I think Corey's love-struck mind-tookness is very easy to interpret, and I think purposely so as being kind of taken by a ghost, by the ghost like kind of like inhabiting his brain, but he gets fully enraptured in her. But you're right, it is just hormones. But to your point, Kevin, about feeling like something supernatural is about to happen, I think that's the benefit of the way that RL wrote this, where he took something very natural, but he wrote it in from the perspective of his character, and he hid information from us with it, and it's brilliant.
Is this the very first Fear Street? Like this is the one that establishes the Fear Street series. Very interesting to start with a non-supernatural one.
Yeah.
Don't they get supernatural later?
I'm not sure.
I'm trying to remember the ones we've read, and I'm like,
we read
anything supernatural?
The movie was certainly supernatural.
Yes.
So
yes, but then there was also like bloody murders. And cake heads going in cake machines.
Yeah,
the ones we read the one about the prank phone calls, which was definitely not supernatural. Yeah. And then what was the other one we read? Oh, we read the Cheerleader trilogy. Now the Cheerleader trilogy. Or not trilogy, but the Cheerleader series. We
read the first one of the Cheerleader trilogy.
Yeah, that one that one had ghosts. That had ghosts in it for sure.
Yeah.
So it does get there. I don't know if it was a thing where it started out purely reality based, and then that Cheerleader was like a segue into supernatural. That might have been the case.
I think it's cool, honestly. Like, I don't feel so betrayed by that, like when nothing ends up being supernatural in a Goosebumps book. I kind of feel a little bummed.
Yeah.
But, like, I was kind of like, oh, like, anything could happen on Fear Street. Even just a normal murderer.
It's thrilling.
Yeah.
He does see her, and I just want to point out this one moment. She walks away from him before he can walk up to her, and she mouths the words, she Galadriel's into his mind, "Please don't."
Oh shit.
But Corey does not read no as no, and decides he is going to continue pursuing her.
That is Corey's worst trait, is he is a fucking stalker.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He learns Anna's name from Lisa because Lisa has a physics class with her, I think.
Yep.
And like Lisa tells Corey her name's Anna in the middle of like a quasi-romantic walk where like she's leaning into you. If someone leans into you on a quasi-romantic walk, like, you know, count your lucky fucking stars, dude. Like
she arm wraps, she leans in, she's protecting. They even have a simul talk, and I like how he writes it. They have a simul talk moment, and I love it. He says they both talk at the same time, and then he writes he, she, and he has the different things they say at the same time. He's playing with the form here.
He is playing with it. He used a device. Like he went off like book. It's cool.
Good job, bro.
But then, creep that he is, Corey goes and calls like the phone operator. A lot of phone stuff in Fear Street as well.
I loved this interaction, Kevin. Please.
So he calls the phone operator.
This is like, this is great. Yeah.
Looking for Anna. What's her last name? Corwin.
I was gonna say Walker. I don't know why.
Anna Corwin. And the operator's like, okay, here's her number. And he's like, can I get her address? And the operator's like, I'm really not supposed to do that. And he's like, come on. And she's like, all right, well, it's not.
The best part was for me of that sequence was he's like, come on. And she goes, well, it is my last day. So why don't I enable a little light stalking?
Yeah.
I like coincidence. All right. Like, I like coincidence in I like it in stories because I like it when stories get to the interesting part. If we had multiple scenes just like table setting for him like stalking her even more, like I think I would have rolled my eyes a bit harder. But the fact that we're just like, yeah, now he knows where she lives, like coincidence makes it happen. I think coincidences are fine and interesting and time saving. But I know
was this even a coincidence or just a failure of the justice system?
I think it was a failure of justice, and a dereliction of duty for sure.
Yeah, it's just hello, give me impossible information. Okay. You seem like a nice boy. Get out of here.
And she says that. She's like, you sound nice. Well, you know who else sounded nice? John Wayne Gacy, okay?
She says, you're nice too before hanging up. Like, it's a very weird thing. Like,
I thought she was going to come back later.
Me too. Like, I was like, is this evil sister? Like, is that like what's happening here? Like, is this ghost? Like, we don't really know. And I like that phone is mysterious technology in 1989, just like internet is mysterious technology. Like this would be the equivalent of like going on like a forum post or whatever, or like Facebook and like getting help from like a rando on there. I don't know. It's weird and interesting. Trying to speed through some of this plot. There's a match Saturday night.
Yeah, there's so he, and this whole time to show how tooken Corey is, he's just failing at it is told early in this, we're shown that he's very good at gymnastics. His Arnie is like, you're always outdoing me, buddy, and Corey doesn't brag, but he knows that he is the best, and he fails. He flops it out during this gymnastics routine. He's the one who's got to save the team. And I love it because I just love this line from Coach Wellner where he says, Corey's like, I really blew it, Coach. And he's like, this one's a comedy act. Hit the showers. This one's a comedy act. Fucking love it.
What a cool guy.
That's cool, Coach.
Saturday night, he goes over to Lisa's with chips and cookies to hang out. And they get kind of close, but then he starts talking about Anna again. And she's like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
And leave the cookies.
Poor Lisa, he's just talking about this girl while she's throwing herself at her. This is some kind of wonderful going on.
Lisa has made a commitment to going full court press over this weekend, and it does not work out for her.
They briefly touch hands reaching for potato chips. Come on, dude. Like, wake up, buddy.
I'm
sure when I die and I watch the whole replay of my life, I'll see many situations like this.
Oh, yeah.
I sit up at night sometimes thinking about going, oh my God, I misread that situation. Oh my God.
Yep.
What have I done?
I'll say this now to anyone who's listening to this. If you pay attention to the situations, there's probably more people who are trying to hit on you than you think.
Yeah, be present.
Be
If you have a
present.
childhood friend and you're in a fictional work, you're probably going to end up with that person. I'm sorry to say.
Everyone out there, you're probably getting hit on all the time. Pay attention.
Yeah. Fictional characters, just, know the genre you're in, all right? Like, have a little bit of awareness. Yeah, so he calls Anna and gets and gets her brother, and her brother's like, no one by that name lives here, goodbye.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we don't know yet. As far as we know, this could be a evil realtor, but yeah, it's his brother.
Yeah. We don't know it's Brad yet.
Is there's another call where he talks to like Carrie's mom, right?
Carrie?
The mom from Carrie.
What?
I don't.
They're all gonna laugh at you. Margaret from Carrie.
I don't.
Have you guys not seen the movie Carrie?
No, I actually never have.
I haven't
Oh,
either. I'm
Dan, then
sorry,
you would
Paul.
never know. Okay, well, the mom from Carrie is very possessive and very mean to Carrie.
Of course. Well, of course. Sure.
Oh.
There's a sequence.
That's how you get a Carrie.
That's how you end up with the Carrie situation. I think I don't know if this I think the first call you're right is just the Brad, the shutdown, but I think he calls again, right?
He calls a lot.
Yeah, or Anna calls him or something happens, but he decides he's going to go right to the address. He goes over to get Corey, and I think that might be where there's a bomb situation.
I wrote a couple lines down, and now I probably should have wrote where this happened better. But there's a part where he calls, and I thought I read it as Anna's mom, and she's like flipping out because she does not want anyone to talk to Anna, and she says there's a line that says, "Why do you call to torture me like this?" And then is a brief pause, and then Corey goes, "Well, is Anna there?"
I think,
and I just found that to be a very funny follow up to that line.
I think that's much later because the first
Okay.
call is very subdued.
Right, it's just Anna is dead.
No, that not even. It's just no one by that name lives here. It's just hey, yes, this is the Corwins. There's no Anna here.
Okay,
And that-
okay.
And then he goes to the address and he meets the Ghost Guardians and Voltaire.
Yeah, did they refer to him as like the Guardians of Fear Street?
He refers to the mystery man, who we never get any further information on, as the Ghostly Guards. Him and his dog Voltaire.
Yep.
So Corey goes to Fear Street. He knocks on 444 Fear Street, and that's when he's greeted by Brad, and Brad's like, "Anna is dead," in all capital letters.
Right. And then he is shook by that, and he's just, those words are rattling around. They're buckshotting in his brain.
Oh yeah, he goes home and he falls asleep, and then he wakes up and he does yet another stalker thing when he's doing office chores for the school. He sneaks into the permanent records and tries to find. This was, I thought, very strange. He tries to find Anna's permanent record and can't find anyone by the last name of Corwin in the school.
Right.
But
I thought this part was fun because they talk about permanent records, and there's obviously a tongue-in-cheek sequence where they talk about the idea of the permanent record and how anything you do wrong will be put onto your permanent record. And I think, RL's he's having a laugh here a little bit, and he's spoken.
God, I want British Paul in my life more often.
He's taking the piss a little bit.
he's taking the piss, isn't it? Yeah.
And but in it, governor. But he what I thought was funny, it made me think. Did you guys think about the permanent record when you were in? Was it gone by the time we were in high school? Because I think it was.
We
Was
got
that line-
ours when we graduated.
What?
Yeah. We got our permanent records from like the time we were
No.
I thought it was a myth.
It was first grade. No, we got our permanent records.
They were having a laugh.
My friend Brian got his, and he found like back in first grade they made a note about him. Like the most prominent note was needs to be alone to poop.
That's granular detail.
Yeah, like he's like, that was the only note about me was that I need to be alone to poop. I'm like, who
Who
doesn't need to
noted
be
that?
alone to poop?
That is
But also, what dot? Yeah, sorry.
that is
Yeah.
Dwarf Fortress level of detail.
Yeah, My friend Brian has that on his like his profile page. Like he's
Cool.
made that part of his identity. I'm not violating any trust by
Sure.
repeating that.
Here's the thing: is I like to think that I think permanent records were fake and a myth that we just used to scare kids. But also, I if that was true, I like that a teacher was like, I just really need to let Brian know that we all were aware of his pooping habits.
Well, no, you need like allergy information and that kind of shit to like pass between like the grades. But like, yeah, the permanent records exist, but it's just like a college degree. No one really looks at it.
I thought that's a great point. Fuck. I thought that permanent record was the faith agnostic version of God to scare kids into doing the right thing. Because I went to Catholic school again.
Yes.
And we had God to do our permanent record work for us. You know what I mean? They didn't have to. They didn't have to fear us.
St. Michael's up there writing down everyone's stuff.
Like you're on the big permanent record in the sky. You're going to hell, baby. And then I came to public school and I was like, permanent record, bitch. That's just fake God. Come on, I already been through this.
Trouble's a fake idea. Trouble. You think fucking Michaels is looking at your permanent record when they hire you to like unseal boxes? They don't care.
Well, they are going to see needs to be alone to poop, and they're going to be like, that guy's going to be in the bathroom all the time.
They're going to find out one way or the other that you need to be alone to poop.
That's true. Damn, that's a double. You just hit me with two big truths right there, Kevin.
The poop outs.
The poop will out.
The poop will out. Is that a shirt? Is that shirtable?
Let us know if you want the poop will out shirt.
Vote with your phones.
The middle part of this book is just kind of calling this girl and stalking this girl.
Yeah.
Going to her house.
There's a lot of like back and forth between like stalking Anna, going onto Fear Street and bothering her brother.
It really does. It mirrors a lot of the plots of a normal Goosebumps book. I will say that plot or moving a plot forward or condensing a plot is maybe not RL's strong suit here, because he does do a lot of back and forth. Now, I think there might be little informations gained and maybe some character stuff that happens throughout these, but not a lot. You're right, Chad. It is kind of just back and forth stalking.
Threats on the phone, stalking, fantasizing about kissing, actually kissing.
Now, there is a sex talk.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Pretty blatant sex talk in here. They're at one of the meets at the gymnasium meets.
Yep.
Gymnast meets.
Gymnastium, yeah.
The gymnasties. And David, I believe, or maybe Arnie, I can't remember who said it, says, I'd like to toss it to that cheerleader on the end. So there's a sex talk. That just took me off guard because this is pre-kiss.
I would be like, what do you mean by that? When you say these words, to what do you refer? It's like, I'd like to, oh God.
Explain the joke to me, Arnie.
How do you think that works?
Arnie, do you say that wanting to communicate something, or did you say that wanting to be a part of a certain club?
Arnie's gonna have a lot to think about that night.
Arnie's strange because he's a fundamental important character, but also not really.
No, I mean,
I wouldn't say he's a fundamentally important character. Like, David already kind of fills the slot of best friend character.
Well, that's what I was thinking, is like David's already doing that stuff.
Yeah.
Arnie's just weird.
Arnie's goofs. Arnie is there. He's a foil to Corey. He's the opposite of Corey, right?
Yeah. They're shadows of each other. In literature.
Yeah.
We get a really casual roadkill scene. Like, just like he hits like a creature on the road and like just kind of goes for it. I felt like that was padding. Like, it was just something dark needs to happen. I don't know.
I think it filled him with a thrill that was released not too long after this.
I guess it kind of shows that he's got a one-track mind and he doesn't have any compassion in him, but it's sort of serial killery, if I'm being real.
Yeah, he hits the thing. I think he's rushing because
he's frightened, and he thinks being frightened is sexy.
Yeah. And I think that what's happening.
Wait, I don't remember any of this. Are you guys making this?
No, this is real. Because Anna calls him and is like, "You need to come to me. I need you here.
Yeah.
Like, you need to save me. Come."
Come. She's already, to be clarified, she's already given him a sweet kiss, right?
No. I don't believe the sweet kiss.
God, he's just that hooked by for the sweet kiss?
He's mind took, Chad.
We also get a weird story about like a head-on collision in which like everyone's limbs were mangled, and then when the guy came back to check on the head-on collision, like everyone was gone and it was just blood and empty cars. And then we move on.
Yeah, we just move on. He's just like, I just remembered this horrible thing that happened. He's in thrill mode right now because he gets this call, right? And he enters thrill mode because he's about to go save her, and he knows this is bad, but he's living for the thrill. He kills an animal. He thinks about the horrible deaths that have happened in the area that he was going to, and then she shows up as if appearing from the mist. She shows up and she gets into the car,
and she gives him a big, hot, hurdy kiss, like a big, greedy, weird, bony kiss.
It's a hard kiss.
A hard kiss.
And it's like, the way it's described is like, this is not a good one, but he is in the moment.
Yeah, it worked for me.
It's also not very ghosty, is like one of the things they're laying down. Because we have the dream kiss that's very ghosty. But then this kiss is very much described as warm and physical.
But it's funny because you're like, this is not a ghost that he has kissed. But then the line that I wrote down was, that wasn't a ghost he kissed, was it?
Do you write your notes in full sentences like that?
No, that's a quote from the book.
Oh, okay.
My goosebump notes look like the Zodiac Killer.
Yeah, mine too. I read this one outside today, and I was by the beautiful Cambridge Reservoir. And there were folks walking their dogs, and they just kind of saw me furiously scribbling, like in my field notes book, weird little like frightened but sexy, collision disappearance, roadkill, big kiss, you're all mine now. I'm like I hope. Good thing no one can read my handwriting. We learned that her brother's name is Brad, Anna's brother's name is Brad, and that he's very protective and weird, and he's got a squishy face, and he sucks.
Yeah. And
we later do some more stalking on microfilm as Lisa leads Corey away from a meet that he was absolute dog shit at.
Yep.
And we have another run-in with the ghostly guards. Arnie chokes on a peach pit, like... It's a lot of like random occurrences until we get to Dead Cat, and then the book starts moving again.
I'm just gonna say, I'm assuming the ghostly guards, I hope, are recurring characters in Fear Street.
I like them. I just kind of pictured kind of a Nick Offerman kind of character.
Oh,
like,
a Nick Offerman, huh?
Like kind of flanneled out, no nonsense, but just trying to provide like the bare minimum of guidance.
Okay,
I love it.
I had like a Christopher Lloyd vibe going with him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you picture him a little...
like young Christopher Lloyd.
I don't know what young Christopher Lloyd even looks like.
He came out of the womb looking like that.
You're telling me they made a young Christopher Lloyd?
If you haven't seen young Christopher Lloyd,
Taxi,
he's a sexy boy. That young Christopher Lloyd.
Well, even in Taxi, he looks like he's 50.
Yeah, that's true. But he's weathered. He's like a cowboy.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Look at those fucking cheekbones.
He wanted to punch Andy Kaufman. Oh yeah, he was mad.
Yeah, baby, check him out in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Check that shit out.
Yeah, that.
He's a little scarier looking because he's got a shaved head, but he's still a good looking fella.
He's got a real expressive face, just like all for his entire life.
Yeah, he looked better with the hair in Taxi, but he's a young hip dude.
All right, time to do a Christopher Lloyd deep dive.
That's who I saw when I was imagining this, with a big giant dog, you know.
I was picturing a Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown, huh?
Clancy Brown.
Okay.
Clancy Brown.
I'll throw out another, just a second option. Who I don't know his name, the actor's name, but the neighbor from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
The neighbor.
Yeah, that guy.
That classic character.
You if you saw that actor, you'd be like, oh shit, yeah, that guy.
Yeah, the neighbor.
The neighbor.
From Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah, you'll know him. Trust me. Matt Frewer, that's his name. He's in.
That guy.
He's a good guy. He's in a lot of stuff.
Have these kids kissed yet? They need to kiss.
They kissed. They just kissed. Let's get to Dead Cat.
Yeah, they already kissed. And Kevin, you made a sort of a joke there, but there is a line that she says, which is "You're all mine now."
Yeah.
After she gives him the hard kiss, and then she explains about her brother Brad, who stinks. And then
he's stupid. He smells bad. He's always farting, and he sucks.
He's got snot nose. He stinks.
Yep.
But then she leaves him. She abandons him in the midst of the night. Disappears into the mist again, and he's still mind took by her. He can't get over her now.
Yeah, he got fucking whammied, dude.
Mm-hmm. So Lisa's trying to get his mind off her. He can't. He hasn't seen her at school. She's disappeared again on him. He's hanging out with Lisa by the lockers talking about it.
Lisa's trying to get Corey's mind off of Anna and her body onto Corey.
Yeah.
Like, Lisa's like, hey,
damn,
I've got some suggestions.
She's like Lae'zel in Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Am I right?
No, she's like Shadowheart, but like
she's like Gale.
After
Gale is coming.
Astarion, a vampire.
Astarion comes on hot. I got hit on by Gale and then Astarion. Those were the first two hit-ons for me.
Every single character in that game is just trying to bone me, and I'm like, can we have like a decent working relationship?
Shadowheart's not trying to bone me. Shadowheart's the only chaste one. Good for her.
Shadowheart's like, I won't tell you anything, and I'm like, okay. And she's like, fine, I'll tell you everything. Should we bone? And I'm like, can we? There's like a dragon or something.
Lae'zel legit told me, don't shower. I like the taste.
Whoa, filthy.
Too bad she's a Kasich Republican.
What?
You don't get a Republican vibe from Lae'zel.
No, she's just an alien. She's a Klingon.
The Klingons are kind of
Republican. The Klingons are very Republican.
How dare you?
The Klingons are West Point Republicans, Chad.
I don't know. I just like in-game married Lae'zel. I don't know how I feel about marrying a Republican now. I was so caught up in the heat of the sex battle, I didn't think about her political ideologies.
Listen, everyone's either a drug addict or a Kasich Republican or both in that game.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway.
Dead
cat time? Time for dead cat?
Yeah, that's the saddest and hardest part of this book.
Yeah, if there's a part that I thought was cheap as hell, but this is, this is kind of a rag. So like, it's not like we have standards here.
Yeah, it's
but
fine.
A dead cat, like a dead and eviscerated cat, is thrown into Lisa's locker.
Well, and we should state why this is happening. So Lisa is putting the full court press on. She is just. It's Hail Mary time. She's throwing everything she's got at this.
A goth is asking a jock to the turnaround dance.
What the hell's a turnaround dance? Is that a thing I should know?
It's like Sally Hawkins' dance.
Oh.
Is it?
I mean, I just assume. I mean, it's a girl asking a guy. I connected the dots between the rest of that and the title.
Oh, is that what turnaround dance? Oh my goodness, I didn't realize. And that's what Sadie Hawkins dances.
I assume they play Turnaround Bright Eyes during that.
They definitely play Phil Collins at that.
Without a doubt, and Prince as well.
Prince and Phil Collins. There was also a funny joke that we kind of had to skip over earlier, where there was a 24 hours Beatles station that was playing every Beatles song in alphabetical order.
Yeah,
in alphabetical order. What an insane thing to do.
That was really funny to me.
That was funny. It was a funny bit. And then Love Me Do comes on, and he's like humming it and stuff like that. And again, I think this is nice because RL's just kind of talking about the things he knows. He's sticking with what he knows.
There's no reason any of this couldn't have made its way into a Goosebumps.
No.
There's no reason this kind of like lingering like wittiness and fun.
Why did he withhold? What is he withholding?
Why did he withhold?
So after Lisa asks Corey to the turnaround dance, to which he says, sure, sounds cool. Anna shows up. And she's like, hey, I'm real. I'm a real person.
Let me touch you. Here, feel it. Okay, I'm here.
You're mine forever. And Corey's like, haha, okay. And she's like, don't you want to go to the turnaround dance with me? He's like, well, I already promised to go with Lisa. And she's like my best friend. And she's like, okay, I'm not hurt. That's fine. That's great and cool. I'll see you later. And then Dead Cat shows up in Lisa's locker. Which is put off as more like gross than tragic, which is just RL's like inner cat slander coming to the surface.
There's like a double whammy joke on this because like you said, it's written as gross and not tragic, and then like after they clean up the mess, Lisa is like, well, it could have been worse. At least I hate cats. And it's like, why is it?
Oh, yeah, that's true. I no longer feel sympathy for Lisa.
The slander.
Lisa's best girl status just melts away.
Yeah, she drops off.
And like in my head, like this is probably just like, you know, a like science cat that was being dissected, less the slit down the belly.
Sure.
So probably not a cat that was like taken from its home and murdered in cold blood.
Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. Thank you, Kevin.
But the fact that there was blood everywhere kind of disproves that theory.
Damn it.
There really wasn't like anywhere else anyone going like, I lost my cat, like anything like that. It was just
there's a weird correction here that is interesting in my notes where Corey says to Anna that, you know, when you talked to me on Saturday, when you called Saturday, you know, you said this, and she's like, I didn't call you on Saturday, I called you on Friday. And I was like, oh, are ghost shenanigans happening? But that's never really picked up again, because no ghost shenanigans are really happening in this book. Unless that was the one instance of ghost shenanigans.
Oh, yeah, unrelated, we're going to find out another book that there's a ghost just messing with time.
Maybe? I don't know. Was the phone operator a ghost? I don't know.
Oh my god.
There's a call, another threat at the dance. Lisa and Corey have a big fight. Lisa, like, the fiction corner of Lisa's brain flips over to conflict. Conflict must occur here. So Lisa totally breaks character and becomes incredibly uncool and starts just a big fight with Corey. Lisa storms off into the stairwell.
I'm gonna defend Lisa's character, even though she was doing some cat slander. She gets upset because he is not paying attention to her at the dance that she invited him to. He's only talking about Anna again.
It's pretty rude. Pretty rude.
She has put a lot of herself out there, and Corey keeps shooting her down. So I think her blow up is deserved here.
Well, she also is trying to send a bunch of hints to a guy who's clearly not getting any of the hints and is continually getting mad that the person she knows really well since childhood, who does not pick up on hints easily, is not picking up on any of the hints.
True.
So
I think it's a lack of self-respect that she's yelling at Corey. She's yelling at Corey, but she's really yelling at herself right now.
I think two teenagers are happening here.
Yeah, but even his mother is like, I always knew you guys would get together. And he's like, what do you mean, Mom?
Mama, what are you talking about?
Mom, what are you talking about? We're just going as friends to this dance.
You know, and I want to bring up the mom and the whole family. The family relationship is nice in this. His parents.
Oh yeah, they're playing Scrabble together.
They're playing Scrabble with Lisa's parents, but they're busting jokes at Corey's expense. And Corey, but like mom cares about Corey. She says like, oh, don't talk about it. Corey's having a bad day. And Corey says, yeah, don't talk about it. You know, and he leaves. and then dad whispers, oh, he totally ate it at the gym.
Yeah,
you know,
fell on his tuchus.
It's the parents are there. They're present. They pay attention to their child. It's
to an extent. Corey is often borrowing the car with very little explanation as to where he's going and what he's doing, but that's being a teenager.
He lies to his dad.
He does lie to his dad.
He's a dad liar.
But they do give him a long leash, and I think he deserves it. Corey's a good kid.
Well, they give him a long leash and he uses it to stalk another
Oh, well,
teen.
That's true.
Maybe we just don't do stalking is my point to Corey. If there's no ghost magic happening here, then you are responsible for all that stalking you done did. Okay, so
they get in the fight.
They get in a fight. Lisa goes to the stairwell. She's pushed down the stairs, and Corey hears Lisa scream.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa is fine. She twisted her ankle, but she saw Anna in the stairwell, and also there was a mysterious shadow figure. Corey's like, it was fucking Brad. And they go to try and find Brad, and they walk in on a dude making out with his lady.
Oh, more than making, this was implied sex to me.
What? I read it. Okay.
What about it made it implied sex, Chad?
Let's hear it.
I'm pretty sure, I can't remember any details. I was just like, this is at least second or third base going on in this room.
That's not sex, though.
Yeah.
That's not sex?
Anything sex. A lot of things
Well,
are sex.
guess I'm a virgin.
According to the President of the United States of America, that is not sex, Kevin.
He did not have sexual intercourse with that woman.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I understand. Yes.
Yes.
I had sodomy with that woman, okay?
Yeah.
I thought I forgot about Clinton, and then at some point Obama was like, "If it's second base, it's not sex."
I love that it's Obama that you go, the eternal president, the spring president.
Corey and Lisa get locked in the music room where no one can hear them scream. And instead of do sexy times to each other, they do emotional bonding to each other.
Yep.
And develop a comedic rapport. And they both talk about how bad their first date is going. And Corey sees Brad out in the parking lot scooting away. So he decides that he, in an icy December storm, is going to gymnast his way out the window and frolic over to a tree branch by inching along a narrow stretch of brick.
Yes. Now, this is a part that is cool.
Yeah.
But also is like, this feels like maybe a third draft. We worked the gymnast stuff back in to give ourselves a little excitement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it feels a little forced here, but I think it is cool.
He needed a hero moment to pay off his gymnastics skills.
I mean, I guess...
I appreciated it.
Yeah,
it's
I like
a
that.
weird trait to wind up mattering, but it is a trait that winds up mattering.
It does.
It doesn't do anything other than immediately fix the current problem, right? They're like,
will,
trapped.
His gymnast reflexes will eventually...
Oh, yes, they will.
Solve a problem.
Oh, yes, they will.
I love that they refer to his gymnastic reflexes like... I love that Arl refers to Corey's gymnastic reflexes as if they were a spidey sense, because he slips off the ledge and using his gymnastic reflexes, he zoops in to a lower window, walks back up, removes the desk blocking the music door, and frees Lisa. Then he's like, I'm going to attack head on, and decides to confront Anna again.
Yeah, I think it's great when he does walk into the room to save Lisa, and she goes, "That was fast," and he's like, "I took a shortcut." And I think that was, like, again, another like
pretty cool.
It's like a pretty, like, it's not the coolest line, and it is like, but it works, and he has this in him again. Yeah. Give the man more time to write books, Scholastic.
So Corey takes Anna to the pizza oven.
The pizza oven sounds so cozy. I love it.
I would love. Well, they make you pay for your Cokes in advance in the pizza oven.
I love that. They're having.
He demanded.
They're having a very serious conversation, and the low social IQ waitress is like, "Pay now."
Pay now, please. And I was like, Jesus. I guess, teenagers at a pizza oven mall establishment. But that's that's what you got to suffer through if you want to be at the pizza oven.
It's a hot table.
It is a hot table. They heat up the tables before you eat. I wrote down Emily died. What was that? what was
this
that
is a funny
about?
note in your Zodiac notes.
Am I repressing something? Who is Emily?
That's spooky, Kevin. You don't remember saying that.
I remember reading it.
Oh, here it is. So he sits her down at the pizza stone, at the hot pizza oven on their pizza stone table, and he demands that he needs to know what's going on. Lay it out for me, Anna. And Anna lets him know that Brad was in love with a girl named Emily, and she was killed in a plane crash, tragically.
That's it. I was like, why?
Oh,
what?
Right.
What? Why?
What a lie.
Yeah. What? Why?
It's a big one. And because of that, Brad never recovered, and he convinced himself that their sister, who we have not been told of until this moment, that they had another sister named Willa. And Willa, in Brad's mind, died and became Emily, and he only saw Emily in her, which is weird.
It's weird. It's a very complicated lie.
That's not good.
Right. So this is all laid out, and then here's the Cokes. Pay now, please. It interrupts the middle of this.
Yeah, the pizza oven waiter drops off their boiling hot Cokes. And because everything's hot at the pizza oven.
I heat them up in the oven next to they taste like pepperoni.
It's double the bubbles.
They have So stupid.
You want a hot Dr. Pepper? Boiling hot?
Want a boiling hot Dr. P? Here you go. Taste the new flavors.
Your nose will not get burnt here. We burn the bubbles out for you.
Dr. Pepper does kind of burn your nose.
It does. It's
Imagine just roasting your insides coming down there.
Highly effervescent drink.
A hot Coke is repellent. I can kind of see the hot Dr. Pepper. Like I can kind of.
No, it's got the spiciness that works with it. You're right.
I can conjure a hot Dr. Pepper in my mouth.
It's like a mulled wine soda.
Yeah.
I would mull some Dr. Pepper. In fact, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try and mulling Dr. Pepper at some point.
Yeah, I think that might have. I feel like I remember John Green talking about hot Dr. Pepper as like a thing. But anyway, Anna talks about Willa being like, Willa was so much prettier than her stupid sister Anna.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
So the pieces are coming together now. I was like, Willa died and everyone loved Willa and Willa was great. But now I exist and I'm Anna, stupid living Anna who's alive. And then Brad shows up and he just presses his face against the glass of the pizza.
the imagery of this sequence is extremely unnerving.
and then it's just, I love how like when he's like the scene has reached its height and I'm like, how are they going to get out of this one? It's just a cut. It's just a time jump. Like there's no confrontation with Brad.
No.
Like Anna leaves out the back and Brad just remains angry at the glass and Corey looks at him and then we cut to a later scene.
And that is something that he does well in this book, is cutting in the height of a scene and picking up in the next scene in the middle of the action and skipping over a lot of the harumphing that happens in a Goosebumps book.
Where was this in Goosebumps?
Where's this guy?
Yeah. I want to meet this guy. So Corey goes one last time over to confront Brad. There's probably a phone call or some shit.
Yeah.
And he goes over to Fear Street, goes into the house. There's a struggle between Brad and Anna. Corey just like clotheslines Brad real good.
Mm-hmm.
There's more of a struggle than that, but it's funnier if it's a clothesline or an RKO. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll allow it.
And then Anna's like, that's so sexy how you kicked my brother's ass. I have something really cool and fun and sexy to show you. And
she takes him upstairs. She's leading him upstairs, talking about the sexy secret.
And Corey's like, well, what about our promise rings? And and she's like, don't worry, they'll stay intact because the cool thing I want to show you was this knife. And she brandishes like an eBay knife at him. That's a letter opener.
And she's like, we'll finish this now. And then Corey protests and she realizes she doesn't have him on her side anymore. And she backs him up to a window. And he's backing up, and she's slashing and slicing and coming at him. And
fury swipes.
Berserker attack.
Flourish. And then he falls out the window, but catches himself with his legs and uses his immense stomach muscles to pull himself back inwards, and then executes a perfect forward flip knife disarming kick.
You know, the type of knife disarming kick they teach in gymnast school.
Yeah. Because you never know which Russian's going to be an assassin at the Olympics. You gotta be ready.
You gotta be ready. The knifey Russians are going to get you.
They always got knives where you least expect them. So he kicks the Soviet knife out of Anna's hand, and we learn Anna is Willa. They're because Brad regains consciousness and he's like, let me spill the beans. Anna's Willa. And we're like, oh shit.
Yeah. You know that complicated lie that Anna told you that was really hard to follow? That actually happened, but with me.
Yeah. But Willa's the one who shoved real Anna to her death, and that's Willa. She wants to knife everybody. And he's like, you should call the police. And Brad's like, yeah, I'm going to go call the police.
Corey's like, first off, Brad could have communicated a little bit better about this situation. Second off, go call the police.
Also, third, nice parka. Nice black parka that we didn't talk about. You always got a black parka on.
And then the final chapter is just Yub Nub. Like,
yeah.
Bringing back Yub Nub as a literary.
It's Friday night Yub Nub.
It was not a terribly earned yub nub. Like this was no like blowing up a second Death Star. It was a cool knife kick.
It's pretty sick. No, it's pretty sick though.
I'm really happy. Paul, you missed it, but last time when we were reading Nebraska Nightcrawlers, I described the final chapter as Yub Nub, and I totally recycled that joke for right now, and I'm just gonna keep saying it as long as it makes people laugh.
Clearly, I'm open to recycling because I am cackling and crackling.
I'm just really happy Chad likes that joke.
I'm happy to be a part of it. Thank you for involving me.
I'm happy we're all Yub Nubbing.
Wait, I'm trying to remember whatever even happened to Anna Willa. They sent her to the cops.
Yeah,
right?
it's like we'll call the police, and then they just drop
it. We just go to chocolate cake scene.
Oh yeah, they sent her to Fear Street's Arkham Asylum so she can get out later.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually kind of a cute, sexy, fun exchange at the end.
Yeah.
Lisa says, "You sure can pick 'em, huh?" And Brad's like, "Yeah, maybe you should pick in the future." I'm like, "Brad, smooth line, buddy. RL, smooth line."
Mm-hmm.
RL, you got some riz, is what the kids say.
I mean, someone wifed that.
Yeah, I was sensing his riz in this. In every childhood Goosebumps book that we've read, I was like, this guy, I don't know if he's ever dated anyone before. This is like this. He clearly has a little game going for him. Good.
Yeah. RL got his first kiss, and he's like, "I'm gonna write Fear Street now."
I'm gonna use this.
Some of them kissing scenes, I had to fan myself a little bit.
Yeah, when she kisses and draws blood back, I'm like, oh
yeah.
Oh,
RL was paying attention to those adult mags that he was writing for early in his career.
Those adult kissing mags.
The kissing mags.
I read them for the articles, guys, not just for the pictures of people kissing.
I've had a lot of fun with this book. The conclusion is a little bit corny, and there are no ghosts in it. But man, I can't help but be excited for more Fear Street books because this was fun.
It was fun. It's a good book. Like you said, not mind blowing.
No,
I will say that I expected her to be a ghost.
Me too.
Yeah,
and that because of that was a well-used misdirect because it made me pay attention to things that I shouldn't be paying attention to and made me ignore things that I should have been paying attention to. And it worked well enough to throw me off the trail of the twist. I didn't see the Willa is Anna twist coming. I truly didn't see it coming. And when it was revealed, I was like, oh, cool. I wasn't sitting there bored waiting for the reveal I knew was coming to come.
I did pick up on the I've stolen my sister's life and I'm going by her damn thing early, but there were many times where I second guessed that type of thing where I was like, it could be ghosts. It's like ghosts are always on the table in this.
I actually thought maybe halfway through, I was like, oh, she's like a succubus.
Okay.
With the biting and the blood and the whole like you are mine thing. No. I was like, oh, she's like
just hormones.
She's just hormones. God, he got that kiss and he was like, I'm just thinking about that kiss, which I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah.
He's just a teen boy.
That's first kiss.
It seems like he's been mind took, but he's just been hormone took. That's all that happened.
Yeah.
I gotta say, my estimation of RL rose as I read this book. And I said to myself, the man can do it. But
yes.
But then it made me a little upset because I said to myself, why didn't he keep doing it? And
I don't know how long it took him to write this first entry. I don't know what the cycle was on it. Maybe there wasn't so much pressure on him for a deadline or something like that. But, you know, again, this isn't high art or literature or anything like that. It's in its genre and it's compelling, which is hard to say for a lot of Goosebumps books we've read.
It's a higher tier than a lot of the Goosebumps books.
Yeah, it was super fun, and I kind of wish that he just like respected kids more. I'm with you, Paul. Like,
well, here's the crazy thing: is he was writing more Fear Street while he was writing Goosebumps books. So I have a feeling that maybe the Fear Street was a little bit more of a passion for him. And he was really just churning out the Goosebumps to try and make that money. And that's fine. You know what? Like, would I say no to the Goosebumps money? Would I throw the $2.5 million One Ring card into the volcano? I don't know. I don't know.
I could throw the ring into the volcano.
Theoretically, I could.
I could. It exists in everyone, the capability to throw the ring into the volcano. I would have to. Like, I don't think I could call myself a Tolkien fan and not throw the ring into a volcano for all that it represents. But
I'd bite off someone's finger at the very least.
Yeah. Oh, someone's gonna bite off Post Malone's finger.
It'll be like, it's a good joke.
He'd be like, I got the reference. But yeah, that's Fear Street. I guess it was good.
This is your first, right, Kevin?
This is my first, and I was surprised at how much I liked reading it, and I appreciated RL's style and how he made me feel things.
Yeah, it's a good book, and we read 2 more of these before. We read the wrong number, which is book number 5 in the series, and then we also read, I think it's just called.
There's cheerleaders, like the Nightmare Begins or something.
It's The First Evil is what it's called.
The First Evil, thank you.
And we read that a long time ago with Dom. And I remember thinking that was good too. That one was crazy. People were flung from buses that crashed. It's wild stuff.
Maybe the secret for Fear Street for us, thinking of like the best part of the movies we liked, was Riot Bus. Maybe just like get these Fear Street kids on a bus.
Okay, yes, more buses, please. Good things happen on buses. I will say this too. A thing that I was thinking about constantly during this was the nice thing is having the love interest, because it makes the motivation for the character very clear and gives them a clear thing that they're going after. Whereas in Goosebumps books, often it's a kid chasing either a red herring or just missing all the interesting things that are happening, or there's just a lot of like misdirects and BS that has to happen.
Yeah, or it's greed, or like some like other like weird proclivity or whatever, because the romance just isn't on the table. And like I think as humans we're more drawn to romance just like it's just an interesting part of being a human, I think. Not for everybody, but like I think it definitely engages me a little bit more, having that romantic arc, having there be a little bit of a, well, why can't Corey and Lisa just work it out? Lisa's perfect for him, like, right? Yep. And he kind of realizes that too, where like the climax is like a knife kick and an ab curl. Yeah. But like the real like payoff is, just a nice little scene with Lisa, a nice cute scene with Lisa. And it's like, that is what I wanted.
And the real climax, I would argue, is kind of when he rescues her in the school. Yeah. They have a very nice moment before that, and I think he kind of realizes that like maybe she's good for him, but he has to see this Anna thing through, right?
Also I think that's good. I think the real climax is when they walk in those 2 kids in the school having sex.
Chad, those are teenagers. You can't talk about them having teen sex.
Happens. It's something we need to discuss. It's good sexual education to prevent pregnancies. I know this because I did sex ed in high school.
Wow.
It was certainly the most literal climax in the book.
Yeah.
Come.
Do people know what we're doing when we say that?
Put the clip in.
Come.
Just 2 seconds of Worf saying come.
It's Worf saying come.
If you haven't Googled Worf saying come, please Google that word sequence and see what comes up.
Republican Worf. I refuse to think he's a Republican.
Kasich Republican Worf.
Big difference, Chad.
Yeah. But Klingons are Republican, though. Do you see many social programs in the Klingon Empire?
I don't know. I'm not caught up on the new Klingons.
They're always at war.
Do the Republicans have a bomb under their planet that their current ruler has like the trigger to, and if she decides to, she can blow up the planet? Is that a Republican thing?
That's just American thing. That's just American.
Yeah.
A little Republican-y.
That's been Goosebuds.
Sure has.
That's been a Fear Street, baby. We got feared.
That's been Fearbuds.
We have plans to continue more Fear Street. We have plans to dive into the world of Goosebumps Horrorland.
Horrorland.
And of course, some more adventure books, some dives into American Chillers, if you all liked that. Other ones, if you want to tell us what to read next, and you want to get access to our bonus episodes we do every month of Camp Goosebuds, that is like our opening banter section, but just nothing but that. Oops, all banters. Also get access to our cool exclusive Discord, real cool community there. You can go to patreon.com/goosebuds and pledge your support. It keeps the show running, and we survive on it. So thank you. That's patreon.com/goosebuds.
Pledge your support, pledge your blades, do it all.
Yeah.
Wasn't there something else we were drumming up during the credits, during the Book of Names?
Oh, fuck.
There's some new thing we're vying for. I've lost it.
Ice Church?
Yeah, we did Ice Church.
It was Ice Church. Yeah, we're to weigh in on Ice Church too. If
there may be a schism in Ice Church that you can sway one way or the other. If we, which way you turn your cup? Tell us how you turn your cup.
It's pretty damn interactive. Get over there.
What fills your cup?
Which way turneth your cup?
Yeah.
I got nothing to spit. I got nothing to spin. Kevin, what do you got?
I got my usual stuff. If you want to play some fun video games, go to supertry.itch.io. Maybe give me a follow there if you want to make an itch account. There are a lot of cool games on itch, so you should make an itch account anyway. But give me a follow there. The Twitters isn't looking too healthy right now, so
Nope.
Following me on itch is a good way to stay informed when I release a new fun free game for you to play. You may also wish to follow me on my Patreon, which can be found at givekevinmoney.com. You can even sign up for $0 now and just get a little notification anytime I do a public post. That's a good way to stay in touch. But yeah, givekevinmoney.com and supertry.itch.io. Two good ways to know about all the stuff I make.
Yeah, and you can also sign up for those free notifications for Goosebuds.
Oh, nice.
Maybe. I don't know if we enabled that. We should, though.
Yeah, those are my things. And watch Continue Show, please.
Okay, that's fine.
Watch Continue
That's
Show.
fine. You can do that.
Fantastic new episodes. That's fine. I'd tell y'all to go watch my most recent show I worked on as a producer and writer, Star Trek Prodigy, but it's gone from Paramount Plus because nothing good can exist in this world. So I don't know. Find it on the high seas. There's no money in the Federation, so why should there be money here in our real world? Download illegally Star Trek Prodigy. Enjoy that great show.
If paying isn't owning, then downloading can't be stealing.
Yeah. I mean, you could buy copies of the Blu-ray, but they're all sold out. So I don't know. You could do that. Follow me on TikTok. Quantum Theory. QUNDTUM Theory.
Chaos Rants.
Chaos Rants.
All right, guys. This was a fantastic episode. I love you all, and I'll see you next time.
I love you too. Bye bye.
Love you. Bye. Turn your cup.
Love you. Goodbye.
This beautiful show is brought to you by our Patreon supporters, of which you can become one and join the Book of Names.
The Book of Names.
Book names.
Book of Names. First, we have the highest name and the highest honor in the Book of Names, Stefan Jive Turkey Kuwabara.
Hollis Hornbeak.
Hey, low belly, hate me.
Cameron Murphy Audio.
Michael McDowell.
Hey, Josh Robb.
Mickey C.
Nathan Dolezal.
Mike Lanteri.
Buddy Moral.
Elcade.
Mel Dipson.
Afshin.
Dango Twist.
Zenticles pours their cup onto the ice church floor. Yes.
What's in that cup?
Is it cold? It should build up ice, I say.
It was a cup of lava, you fools.
Straight to the core.
Please let us know which way your cup pours, book namers.
What temperature? How it burns.
Yeah, is it lava? Is it ice lava? Tell us.
Nesquik.
Stealth Bates, which way does your cup turn?
Robert Moon.
It's not really about the direction of the cup turning. It's about the temperature of the
If
cup.
it turns upwards, there ain't nothing pouring out of it.
Well, that's true. That's very true. Jason Crooker.
Clay Castle.
Miguel Pardo, turn your cup.
John Keaty.
Calf, turn thy cup.
Justice for Paranoia shop content. 3
You do not
exclamation
get
points.
a cup.
It's okay. The podcast exists online somewhere. You can go listen to it.
It's always there.
It's always there. The Juggalobalist.
Gregory D. Warren.
Alan Saylor.
Cody Redfield.
Bradford Coulter.
Aiden pledges their hammer to Dwarf Daddy Kevin. Thank you, Dwarven child.
Jar Jar Slinks thinks this podcast is great, sir.
Chosen one pledges his cadre of musketeers to house Kevin. No thank you, chosen one.
Thank you, Musketeer children. Levi fan.
Up and champ. I heard a cat.
Jonas Engman wasn't Wallcat.
It's my cat who's yelling at me for some reason. She's trying to say Carl.
Anthony Mulberry.
The John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation.
Elusive Koala.
Yanni Markovina.
Brooke X.
Bezus Christo, a.k.a. Jesus Christ.
Christian Van Skeever. Christ in both of those.
Drew Applegate. The apple is also big in the Bible.
There's a lot of Christ in this podcast. Jeremy Lowe.
Brian Hobgood.
Zach Connor wrote a secret Bible that nobody talks about.
Patreon _donator cameo. Yeah, improv.
Joe Spooky Digital Ghost Tierney.
Tom Whittam.
Andrew Jadzak wonders if it is Michael and Terry, or Michael and Terry.
That's easier to read than to say.
I think I did a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you did great. No, yeah.
Tell me with your names if you understood that last name.
It's easier to read than to hear.
Mm-hmm. Lord Cornwallis.
Carson Birkenbean.
Murphep.
Alicia Grave.
Sean Minogue.
Rushy Glenn.
Wiggle it!
Luke LaFountain. Do not turn that fountain on in Ice Church.
Chip Hansen.
Matt McClellan.
Tanya Turtle.
Juan Jalapeno.
Jonas Blotterman.
Keith Halcrow.
Timothy Misadulakis.
Clay McCarty.
Parker Lee.
Ham _boat.
Raymond Hernandez.
The Crowfans, but seasonal.
Matthew Sutton.
Paul Grasso.
Jeffrey Owen Cawhey.
Joe, regular name Scott.
Alex Moon, the Robotic Doug.
Kelsey Kinnaman.
Russell Castberg.
Javier Jimenez.
Chris Putrakis, one of my favorite names to say because it's different than a name I normally say.
Scotty Pippen, the name that's the same as another good name.
Dungeon Kappa.
Luke Noodles.
Ice Acolyte Hamster.
Yeah.
Oh, boo. Boo, I love you, boo.
Wait, why are you booing? They love the ice.
We don't know which way they acolyte the ice. They're just a small hamster.
I feel like if you're an acolyte for ice, you're pro ice.
I just think you keep an eye on the ice.
I think we're starting Hot Church.
What the fuck? Don't you fucking split from Ice Church.
I think Schism time.
Oh my god. A bunch of Martin Luthers in here. Zach Weir.
Limp Duck.
Gonna nail a piece of American cheese on the door of the Ice Church. Hugh Boland.
American cheese?
It's funny. A piece of American cheese, nailed it to a church. Like that's your...
it's your 95 thesis or whatever.
It's more of a visual joke.
No, that's good. I like it.
I do too.
Sam Bambino.
Tobias Clark.
Meet Virginia.
Nathan Remick.
Need more kimchi.
Estamina, Lord of Paul's Pants.
Chris Hard Penis and Sleep Clothes Nelson.
So glad we got another dip of hard penis.
Me too. Me too, man. Another month of hard penis.
Mm-hmm. Thank Christ.
Techie Tammy.
Leewood.
Streak.
Joey Evans.
Kieran McNamara.
Diet Soda.
Carewise Gamgee.
Jackie Ledoux.
Coleman Laguza.
Lamb, the aspiring demon, Lord of Friendship.
Wow.
Whoa! Lamb came out with a new title.
Lamb upgrade. A wild swaggy YOLO squire appears.
Throw ball at it. Cameron Hansen.
A pair of Scots.
Levi Kidder.
David Gray.
Generally depressing.
The Deadly Bulb.
Bryce Diuri.
Matthew Bertado.
Ben Bohan.
Carbson.
I am Cornholio, and I need teepee for my bunghole.
Thank you for informing us of your needs, Cornholio. Hello, this is Real Paul. I'm trapped in a mirror world. Help!
That was a lie.
You said it, Real Paul.
Bodie.
Anthony needs to know if Ice Church supports trans rights or if it's lame like regular church. I think you know the answer to this. Obviously, trans rights for Ice Church.
Yay, trans rights, yay.
But also, I'm worried about the demon coming out of the ice and hurting trans people.
That demon is going to be so pro-trans rights, it's going to turn all other churches pro-trans rights.
Okay, all right.
Open
fine.
the ice. Yeah. Hashtag open the ice.
So it's funny
trans
because
rights.
Martin Luther nailed a piece of paper onto the church, and in my head, it's even funnier if it was just a piece of American cheese. which is the same shape as a piece of paper.
Same color.
I need that whole big piece of cheese. Oh, that's such a big piece of cheese. So right,
Yeah.
95.
Can you imagine 8.5 by 11 American cheese?
Oh my god, can you imagine a blanket of American cheese?
You should do 95 slices of it so Chad can make 95 peanut butter and cheese sandwiches.
Oh.
Jonas and Evoldson.
Some of Chad's bird friends, we pledge our talons and sharpened beaks to Chad Cacaw.
Joe Gorman, also cacaw.
Burger's blissful anti-spiral manifesting. Your drill is the drill that'll pierce the heavens.
Calamity Carl.
Germ Juice.
Eric Horwitz.
Tiffany Lee.
Nick Johnson.
Thomas Jancis.
Lucretia McEvil.
Mutant Astronaut.
Henry Torbert.
Boner Guard Epsilon Hamilton, aka Hambone, host of Radio Bonaire.
Oh, now we have lore.
That's how it works.
Adam Knapp.
Ryan Carroll.
Jeremy Bowser.
Megan McCormick Mason.
Logan Derby.
Brad Schmelzer.
Chick.
Ninja Breadman.
Plush.
Hello to Kiss Frenchland.
Aaron Lord.
Callum Mr. Misfire West.
Mandy Nasty.
Skullatorin.
Dr. Chocula pledges every claw and fang under his command to Paul.
To the ice, brethren.
Crow.
Yoplin.
Philip Reynolds.
Robot Arena.
Nate Bitchy.
Mr. Unimportant pledges this cool Rocky found to whoever last trimmed their beard. It was Chad.
Last week. Because I'm the only one. I get a cool rock.
Chad, you deserve it.
Well, thank you.
Good for you, Chad.
Oh, I'll have a fine supper tonight. Ryan R. Davis.
Scott Wabel.
SSJ Trogdor.
Rocco!
Josh Howe no longer pledges his zealotry as it has been mocked. No zealotry for anyone. You're not over it yet, Josh. Come on. He's digging in.
Evan Bowen.
I really built that up. Llama Lad.
Mike Spaghetti Jones.
Greg Musto.
Chris.
Hi, first time, long time.
Allie Rose.
Sprinkle Buns.
Sean Aston masters the Gundam Death Scythe Hell Amber by 311 AMV.
Damn, Paul. You do that the best. Hilda B.
Soggy Newspapers.
Chris Kulik.
Dakota Kemp.
John W.
Liam Rogers.
Ollie Sutz.
Kate the Great.
Mike Hart.
Saturn Video.
Kiwi of Lerv.
Serial Killer X.
Wade Norcross.
Cassandra Harris.
Gulliver.
That last name was my favorite.
That's a nice one. Tip your bartender. Be nice to your neighbor.
Big Nick Lane.
Kira and Brian are big fans.
Kit Bush.
Sierra Sin.
Blake Caven. Cavan?
I think Kevin.
Wasn't it Blake
It
Bad
was.
Time having Kevin?
He took the training wheels off once.
And I crashed. I crashed instantly.
Dennis Wright.
Over the moon.
Dan Antonio.
Cameron Gonzaveld.
Several upset horses. Jesus.
Someone get them some apples.
Let them run.
Let them free. Matt Septor.
Gregor Vossi, a.k.a. Vitizen.
Farah Tilda.
Here. CM.
Paul's Wang does its thing to Sonic's last golden ring. Tonight at 11. Dun-dun.
Damn. Fuck the last golden ring. How's Not Whole Village gonna survive?
It's gonna get fucked too.
Oh my god. Anthony Rodriguez.
B.
Jesse.
Chris Curto.
Cole Gleason.
Jeff Webb is still a big baby, but we both sincerely appreciate your well wishes.
Alpaca Acquaintance Conveyance Abeyance.
Ooh. S.
Turaku, the thing that goes doink in the anime.
Jesse Boggs.
Michael Malloy.
Kyle O'Neill.
Spencer Y.
Robert Holden.
Goon Cahoots.
James Stavranos.
Bjarnir.
Chris Soul Skater Byers.
Sick. Fucking
Yeah.
sick.
Grab Comics, what's up?
Were you still feeling a little Soul Skater style there, Chad?
Yeah, you know, I just like Grab Comics as comics.
Cool, man. I'm Anthony Stoker for you.
Brony_Danza.
Max.
Wunderskin.
Paul Sentient My Buddy Doll pledges his unholy powers to the enemies of Paul.
Wow, a reverse pledge.
Whoa! It's a pledge to everyone but you.
Is this the first reverse pledge?
I say, Kevin, you can have the whole doll.
Okay, well, I told the doll that he can go to you, and now he's just ripped himself in half.
You two are my enemies?
I mean, is that not why we're assembling armies?
Have you not noticed the constant sabotage I've done to you?
Oh, no.
I'm a little hurt.
Bert, aka Cyberbully.
Girthworm Jim.
Science toys.
Nice. Nailed it.
Blarbin, soon to be New Englander.
Oh, congrats.
Welcome.
Talene Jones.
Logan Kilgus.
Bosferatu.
Starship 9.
Brendan Nichols.
Angelo Edward Longton Santone.
Smelodies.
Proper spaceman, isn't it?
Bacon, the awkwardly unseen.
Will Holmes.
Caleb Snyder, Grandmaster of Spells and Enchantments, pledges
Wow.
his wizard staff and ancient tome to Paul.
I searched for the spell of doll unbinding.
Wait, you just said the doll free?
Now I'm going to unbind it from its soul that's within it.
He's always
Okay.
unbinding shit. Just let him do it.
Okay.
That's why books hate me.
It's just a pile of pages. Blow away at any time.
That makes me really sad. 3 a.m. sleep.
Lumo Nuva.
Brian Udef.
Rest in peace, Paranoia Shop. You've been dead for about 8 years, but still available on streaming services if you want to listen.
It has been resting for a long time. JW.
Yeah.
Rip would like to apologize for his poor taste Paranoia Shop joke and respectfully requests a mulligan. Take
Granted.
it.
Granted. A tall glass of dumb bitch juice.
LOD.
Nowhere, Lucas.
Brian Storrow.
Psychosis.
Kyle Welch.
Sterner Stock.
Clint
Deerking.
Agents Miskatonic.
C.L. Reagan.
Brian Ska.
Justin.
Shayna S. Welcome to the Book of Names.
And hello, the final new name to the Book of Names, Jaybird. Get on in.
Tweet.
Which way does your cup turn?
Turner Cups.
Thank you all. See you next time. We love you. Goodbye.
Love you, bye.
Bye. Melt the ice. Bye.
Turn your cup.
Greasy ice.